I haven't said it already, I'm going to say it now, straight and to the point. How sorry I am that I missed out on the Mother's Day vlog of 2015. When I was going through a busy schedule that day, I looked at it and I said, alright, the next day I'm free. I'm just going to get that video done. It'll be a day late, but I'm still going to get it done. And then I missed the Memorial Day vlog. Almost didn't get that one done either. And I can only look back at this and say, dude, you're an idiot. What are you doing? Finish what you started. You've been doing the holiday vlogs promptly and getting them done on time, but you're not getting it done now. What gives? Why are you slowing down progress? Am I done doing holiday vlogs? Hell no. I absolutely love doing holiday vlogs because unlike my commentaries for gaming, it's not like impromptu and whatever happens, happens. If I want to hear the sound of my voice, I'm going to 99.9% of the time. That's not what my holiday vlogs are about. I talk about the holiday. I get on a more personal level with everyone around me, or so that's what it feels like, and that's what I try to go for. And I did this one for Memorial Day today. I know it's a few days late, and again, I apologize. Schedule got busy with graduation coming up and the practices for it and prom. It's a whole mess of stuff, but I wanted to get this one done. I wanted to do it right. That being said, let's talk about Memorial Day. Now, of course, I should start with this too. What's up, guys? Mighty Midget here. And this is the Memorial Day vlog of 2015. And in my eyes, done the right way. Memorial Day began Civil War 1861 to 1865. Back then, when people saw it as a day to commemorate those who gave their lives for our country. They put their lives on the line to get what they fought so that they could fight for what they believe, be it by force or by choice, to fight for what they believe just for America, for our sake, for the Unions or the Confederates, be it whoever, to put us where we are now. And I wrote down a few words, and I actually learned this in a theology class this year, so some people might already know what I'm going for if they've seen me personally. But believe me, by the end of this video, it'll all make sense. And if I don't talk about channel updates, it's just because I think a little bit strongly about this since what's been going on the last couple of months with me being delayed and all that stuff. I feel like I owe you guys this one, so channel updates may just be in the description. That being said, what defines who we commemorate on Memorial Day? Now, I couldn't think of specific people. I can't name specific people because to a lot of people, I'm just a stranger. You don't know who I am, you don't know how old I am, what I do, what I am, anything about me, period. In general, though, I put down a few words, and like I said, it'll make sense by the end. Everyone during the Civil War, be it Union or Confederate, what they believed in, they were selfless. They fought for what they believed in, and they did it with a purpose. They put their lives on the line in front of America. They said everyone else's problems come first. Mine are the last ones I'm going to. My problems don't need to get solved until America or everyone else's problems, anyone's going through hardships or troubles, they will get fixed first. Then comes me. Every hero on Memorial Day was audacious. They looked fear in the eye and said, I will fight until the end of my life to make sure that what gets done needs to get done. Look fear in the eye and say, I'm not going down without a fight. And they did. They were direct, they were straight and to the point, and they forced themselves, along with others, to fight until they could not breathe. They fought their asses off for what they believed in because they looked fear in the eye and said, I can handle that. Heroes on Memorial Day were creators. They defined who America is now, like everyone that Americans are now and who we are as people. Basically, they decided our fate. They created the world that we are today. Imagine if one side didn't win. Like in any war. Think of any war, any battle, any treaty. What if the turnout was different? There are unlimited amounts of ways that it could go. Something could have been done here. And instead of them winning, instead of side one winning, side two wins. Now we're going on tangents. And then, oh, well, then maybe this war wouldn't have happened. That opens up another tangent. And then there's an unlimited number of possibilities. Had it not happened that way, had these creators not taken the time to do what they did, maybe we wouldn't even be here. The heroes of Memorial Day were responsible. They took what they needed to do, what they needed to get done, they took it by the throat and said, I take this challenge. be it by force or by choice, I'm going to fight. I'm going to take the responsibility firsthand and say, let's get this done. It's hard to think of more words like these that, aren't like repeating themselves. But like I said, for the whatever number of times, it'll all make sense in the end. Heroes from Memorial Day, they were inspirational. They defined the idea of who a good person is. If you're anything like me and you think about this for like any more than 5 minutes, there's not a lot of good people in the world anymore. People murder, people commit crimes, felonies, misdemeanors, everything in between. But for what purpose? Do they think that what they're doing is good? If I murdered someone, what would you be accomplishing by just through murder? What would killing an innocent life be good for? The loss of any life. What's the good in that? Unless there's a positive repercussion that comes out of it, no life should be taken like that. And that's just murder. Think of all the other crimes that have been done. There's things out there that would scare the living death out of children, like, of all ages. It's a scary world we live in. And the people that were inspirational, they didn't do it without a purpose. Do we look at everyone that got shot as a murder? No. And there's obvious reasons for why, and I wish I could explain it, like, in my mind fluently, like I'm actually incoherent sentences actually explain it, but these lives were different. And it's hard to explain why until I reach the end. These heroes were family. We knew people by name. Can you name your neighbor's name? Can you tell me the name of what your neighbor is? Like, what's your neighbor's name? Do they have any kids? Pets? Is this their first house? Are they older than you, younger than you? How much do you actually know about people around you? Whereas I can assure you that anyone during the Civil War on the same side knew people by name. They knew their generals, the sergeants. They knew everyone by name. What squadron, what troop, anything. They knew it because no man was left behind. They knew them by name. If they died, we will remember you because we are a family. It is their home away from home. It is their second family. Going back to inspirational, these heroes were ideal. These ideal people who said, this is how I picture the world becoming, or what I think it'll be. Let's make it so. It just coincides with inspirational. I didn't know how else to put it. Looking back on it now, they're commendable. Similar to inspirational, similar to ideal, similar to selfless, if you really think about it for a little bit. What they're doing is commendable. They are giving their lives away for your sake, for the sake of everyone around them, for everyone but themselves. It's something you look on and say, is that something that I would do? Or is this just a rare case of, this is like the savior? It's hard to look at it as if like it's giving their lives away for nothing. It's not. It's for practically the future of America and the future of who we are as people today. As cheesy as it sounds, they're everything. We are these people that we commemorate, and I can't thank them enough because I'm still alive now. Think of all the wars that have gone on recently or conflicts amongst other countries. The people that gave everything away, that they sacrificed everything. Get back up here. Finish your job. They gave everything they could to make sure everything went the way they expected it to make sure the world is a better place. There's a reason why I did these specific 9 words. First letter of all of them, let me just go through them in a quick second here. Sorry that I'm running out of space here, but you'll see in a sec. It comes down to the one word, sacrifice. People who gave their lives, who sacrificed their own lives for nothing in return. That is the ideal hero. They are inspirational. They are selfless. They are audacious. They are creators. They are everything you see here because they sacrificed their own lives for what they believed in. And that is what Memorial Day is. We are commemorating and remembering everyone who sacrificed their lives. In a similar way, they sacrificed time and they were dedicated to what they did. There is so much more to Memorial Day than I think people really look at it. Like, they just look at it as like, yeah, thanks to this person that I know for, doing that thing with the wars and helping us out and being there. But I think there's so much more to Memorial Day as a federal holiday. When I actually put thought into it, I thought this sounded cheesy. I thought this sounded like I was sucking up to America. This is, to be honest, I think this is the ideal way of explaining it all. Just because I learned this whole thing, and I'm going to tell you guys about it in theology class for my senior year, about how to sum up the whole year in just one word. And it's through sacrifice. There's a whole speech that goes with it, but it's really everything you want it to be. Everything that you think defines the word sacrifice is what it is. Not that I'm trying to preach here, I'm trying to be an active preacher of hey, follow this rule, follow these guidelines. This is just something I believe in that I think everyone should understand. Like me, I know my grandfather was in Vietnam and Korean War. I know my grandfather on my other side of the family was in wars. I wish I could name them what. And I know that every time I do dance practice every Fridays, if you watch my Life project, we go to the VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars. They went there with a purpose, and some of them were lucky enough to come back alive. You ever been to Washington, D.C., Arlington National Cemetery? All those people, knew them by name, or if you didn't, or if they're all complete strangers, they gave their lives, and that affected the next 140 years of America's life. So, I guess that's my way of putting the Memorial Day today for the vlog, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. That being said, I am going to move on to channel updates and just leave some feedback on what you guys thought about this whole thing here. I enjoyed just making it just to, drive a point across. Channel updates, now that Exploring the Galaxies is done, it'll be either Donkey Kong Country or Battle Block Theater. Haven't really decided yet. I'm probably going to do Donkey Kong Country just because it's something I haven't played in a while. I want to get back into it, see what I know. 100% walkthrough? Probably not. Because I'm not that, good with it. I've gotten 100%, but then it's the mirror mode and all that stuff. Anyway, Battle Block Theater is another one that I might do. That's just that I've been getting into it a lot more now, so I know a few glitches, bugs, and whatever else. So, dealer's choice. If you guys want to put a vote in on the comments, please do. And, yeah, I think that's it. So, I am going to ask a few questions, actually 5 questions if you want to answer them to yourself or whatever. 2 for Mother's Day and 3 for Memorial Day. Numero uno, Mother's Day. Did you hug your mom twice? Because I was told to do that in an email a couple days ago where it's like, hey, if you haven't already, hug your mom twice on Mother's Day. Thanks for flying. Okay, I'll go do that morning and afternoon. Thank you. Hug and hug. It was a really stupid question to ask, I know, but come on. I thought it was a pretty funny email. Just don't forget to hug your mother twice. Okay, I'll do it for Father's Day too. I'll hug my father twice. And question number 2 is, what'd you do for Mother's Day? Me, I just had a busy weekend with my grandparents and my mother, of course. We were going to go mini golfing, though we didn't. But that's okay, because you know what? I was with my mother, so I was happy. Good day. Cheesy. 3 questions for Memorial Day. 1, if you know anyone that's ever been put into wars or by force or by choice done that. Number 2, if you have anyone that you look up to as a hero who has made these kind of sacrifices, or if you want to call 2.5 just a hero you have in general. And 3, if given the choice, would you sacrifice your own life for the world you live in today? Would you make the sacrifice to try and change it? that's the end of this episode, guys. There's really not much more to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll be sure to actually remember vlogs now, because this one really kind of changed the whole outlook on thinking about, like, oh, if I gotta upload this, I gotta do this, etc., etc. Start being more consistent. And I just, to be honest, I forgot how much fun doing some of the stuff like this was. So, so that's it for this one, guys. If you want to like, subscribe if you want to, that's fine. If you like it, that just shows that, hey, you're enjoying what I'm doing. And if I'm not doing something right, then leave some feedback. Tell me what you want to see that I could make it better. Because at this point, guys, it's all about you, and I'll, cheesily enough, I'll sacrifice the time for it. And as always, guys, remember to stay short and stay awesome. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of whatever I do. See you later.